Welcome to a brand new day. Yes, this season it's been raining and it's quite a cool one at that. Good morning to you. You are on to Vicinity 95.3 FM on the YouTube of Ikejile. I am Oluwafunke, Israel. It's Thursday morning.
Yes, a good morning to you, all of our wonderful listeners listening to Vicinity 95.3 FM right now. I'm Timileyin Igbalajobi, welcoming you to the program this morning.
And I'll be looking through the Nation, the Vanguard, and the Daily Trust.
And I'll be taking us through the Guardian newspaper and the Punch newspaper.
On the Vanguard this morning, let's begin with the oil sector. Dangote refinery critical to Nigeria's $1 trillion economy vision (FG). Infrastructure weakest delivery in Rivers, Abuja. Template for leaders. U.S. to end visa services in Abuja. 24 order. African Post August 1. And Chief of Army Staff names GOC for newly established Army divisions. PFIPC will fail due diligence on recruitment waiver. And Nigerians should feel dividends of reforms. Okojo Iweala. Osun governorship poll. Police snab SSG. 5 orders over alleged vote buying, mob killing. We beat Unijust students to recover missing phone suspects, and third fund cracks down on abandoned projects. These stories are on the Vanguard.
And on the Punch newspaper this morning, PFIPC scandal. HOS admits mistakes as reps uncover irregular approvals. Budget 2026. Government agencies vote 400 billion naira for mosques, palaces, halls. Trump immigration crackdown. U.S. arrest, visa out, overstayers at airports. Adeleke kicks as police arrest SSG 5 others. Dangote refinery to consume 2.5% of globally traded crude. And DSS arraigns 5 and SARS suspects over Oyo school abduction. Woodlands killed Lagos dispatch rider for resisting extortion. Those are the top stories on the Punch newspaper this morning.
On the Nation, Sultan backs massive clampdown on terrorist hideout. Oriwe DSS arraigns 5 and Saru terrorists. Army appoints GOCs for 4 new divisions. Governorship feud festers as Oyo APC G6 insists on consensus. And Dangote refinery critical to Nigeria's $1 trillion economic vision, says federal government. Panel chair, how fake agency got allocation in budget 2026. House committee ends public sessions without Adeyemi's testimony. And Nigeria's first digital security market to begin September. Nigeria smashes world record. The stories are on the Nation.
And on the Guardian newspaper this morning, opposition flares Tinubu's focus on re-election, loses confidence in INEC. U.S. to stop visa processing at Abuja Embassy, 24 other African missions. Osun 2026, INEC Chairman Amokweto meets stakeholders amid tension. How Nigeria secured $30 billion Paris Club debt relief by Okonjo Iweala. Those are the top stories on the Guardian newspaper this morning.
I'm bringing you the details of these headlines in a bit. Don't go anywhere. On fake agency panel, chair our fake agency got allocation in budget 2026. The startling revelations from the investigation into the operations of the phony Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council. PFIPC continued yesterday, the final day of the public hearing on the matter. First, the panel was stunned to hear how the self-styled Director General of the agency, Prince Adeniyi Adeyemi Matthew, personally collected a memo addressed to the Permanent Secretary State House from the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. Secondly, the House panel chairman, Yusuf Gadi, reviewed how the fake agency secured the budgets. Lying in the 2026 Appropriation Act, Gadi, while challenging a witness testimony, said the committee's investigations had revealed that neither the Office of the Director of Administration and Support Services nor the official identified as Akombi Adewale exists in the State House. He cautioned witnesses against creating the impression at the State House played any role in the controversy.
And on the Punch newspaper this morning, PFIPC scandal, HOS admits mistakes as reps uncover irregular approvals. Fresh details emerged on Wednesday in the House of Representatives investigation into the controversial Presidential Foreign Investments Promotion Council, as the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Mrs. Didi Wasinjak, admitted that her office failed to carry out adequate due diligence before granting key approvals to the purported agency. Also, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation blamed one of its officials for diverting an official letter that allegedly helped sustain the scheme. The ongoing probe centers on allegations that Prince Adeyemi Adeniyi, who presented himself as the Director General of the PFIPC, secured official recognition for the body using allegedly fake appointment letters, fabricated legislative documents, and other forged government records, despite the agency having no legal backing. The House Committee is investigating how several federal institutions processed and acted on the documents leading to the purported agency receiving official approvals. This story is on the Punch newspaper this morning.
Governorship feud festers as Oyo APC G6 insist on consensus. Members of the group of 6 All Progressives Congress APC governorship aspirants in Oyo State have rejected claims by the party's flag bearer in the state, Senator Sharafuddin Ali, that the group has agreed to support the reconciliation process, insisting that only a consensus arrangement undertaken by President Bola Tinubu will be acceptable to them. In a statement on Monday, the G6 said Ali was premature in assuming that members had dropped their aspiration for the 2027 governorship election. This story is on The Nation.
And still on the Punch newspaper this morning, Adeleke kicks as police arrest SSG 5 others. Tension heightened ahead of Osun State governorship election on Wednesday as the State Police Command arrested Secretary to the State Government Timileyin Igbalajobi and 5 others. The Ademola Adeleke campaign and the Osun State Government, however, accused the security agency of targeting opposition figures in a political crackdown. The police said the suspects were arrested during a raid on Igbalajobi's residence in Oshogbo. The police stated that among those arrested at the SSG residence was a suspect on their watch list in connection with the criminal offences Oladele Abiodun. The command's public relations officer Abiodun Ojalabi, in a statement obtained in Oshogbo, said 2 PVCs, a voter register, Dyna book laptop, 1 photocopy machine, and 1 printer were recovered from Igbalajobi's residence. This story is on the Punch newspaper this morning.
And coming to the story on Army appointments. Army appoints GOCs for new divisions as operations begin. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shriver has appointed 4 general officers commanding for the newly established Army divisions. The appointment followed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's approval of the new formations to strengthen the Nigerian Army's operational capacity across the country. Tinubu had less than a week ago approved the expansion of the Nigerian Army structure from 8 to 12 divisions, alongside the recruitment of 28,000 new personnel. This story is on The Nation. A beautiful morning to you, Sabin Bola. Thank you for joining us on the show this morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. It's good to have you on our newspaper review. So let me begin with the controversy surrounding this phantom agency and all, because the House of Representatives, since it constitutes a committee to investigate all of the allegations against the chief of staff and other government, officials. Now the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Mrs. Esther Didi Wasinjak, has admitted before the House of Representatives that had a committee investigating alleged creation of the Presidential Economic Advisory Council and the Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council without legal backing, that our office failed to carry out adequate due diligence before issuing key approvals. And now we know that this has generated a lot of controversy, since that reports broke out of the fake agency. So how do you think the government can address this further? And seeing that something like this could happen under the nose of government officials, would you think that this is the only one, or this is just the one we get to hear about?
Okay, thank you very much, my hosts. Let me say first of all that this is not. This wouldn't be the first. Ghosts, we've been hearing about ghost workers and all that. Yes, I'm sure that this is not the first agency that would also be fake. Just that this one seems to be the one that we get to hear about. And then I don't know if you know that the suspect is not a suspect, Mr. Matthew Adeyemi. Yes. This will not be the first time that we are alleged, to have been involved in one scam or the other. There were insinuations that when he was student of Lautech University, Ogbomoso, that he was also involved in some kind of fake admission and all those things. So now also, if you recall, there was a time also that it was also in Osun State, it was an aide to the sitting governor, and it was alleged to have, embezzled some money, and it was taken before the EFCC. But coming to the current one, who are the people? Is a question I'm asking all of us. We might have to answer to our hearts. Who are the people using Adeyemi specifically? At the sitting yesterday, the chairman of that committee, yes, Yusuf Gadi said that. Said that the probe continues, but then again, it was made clear that the appointment letter Adeyemi is parading as his appointment letter seems to be fake. Also, the civil service of the head of civil service of the Federation, Mrs. Ndidi Esther was Jackson, also before the panel yesterday made us to understand that that is our own establishment also goofed. Yes. One, it was established yesterday that the signature on the appointment letter does not correspond with the signature of the chief of staff, to the president. And so, coming to your question, can we cover all these things? Maybe no. However, this is an eye-opener that we have a lot of routes in the system. This is an eye-opener to tell us that the Federal Civil Service is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. Imagine if we have about 300 staff, so to speak, according to what we have heard so far, that they've been working with Mr. Adeyemi, and they've been collecting salaries. And imagine that we have some other, establishment like that. What does that mean? And I want to also believe that Mr. Adeyemi is not working alone. There must be some set of people who are working with him. And so, if you recall also that the committee yesterday expected the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Jisu, to produce Adeyemi at the sitting yesterday. However, the man who came to represent the IGP stated that they didn't come with Adeyemi because there was a court order, a warrant of arrest, making them to keep Adeyemi with them, and they cannot parade it until otherwise. So if that committee wants Adeyemi to appear before it, the committee will have to approach the court again for a warrant or a counter warrant for Adeyemi to come before the House. And so I'm asking, in all these things, who is the person engineering, what's his name again? Matthew, to be so bold to have entered the Federal Secretariat and be operating? However, I also want to blame even though the Mrs. Was Jackson had taken that blame, and I appreciate the fact that she didn't try to exonerate herself. Neither did she try to exonerate her office and every other person is working with her. She took that blame wholeheartedly. And then if you check through, you will discover that she stated somewhere that they did a caveat to allow, without announcing vacancy, to allow employment to that agency to happen. Don't also forget that under that agency, we heard that there were two directors. Yeah. If you're on the directorial level, you are not a what do you call it now? You are not a meekling or somebody that is just coming into the system. So it is possible that office of Mrs. Was Jackson had redeployed two directors to work with that agency. And we had staff. In case people do not know, Mr. Adeyemi also had security operatives working with him. Attached to his office. So how did he do that? Not only that, he was able to get an office space at the Federal Secretariat. But when you check the employment letter and that of the signature, the employment letter with the signature, and compare it to Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, you will discover that those signatures were not also corresponding. So, my dear host, I'd like to tell you that we might not be able to eradicate things like this. But this is an eye-opener to tell us that things like this are happening at the civil service, whether at state level or at the federal level. Yes, because we used to hear about ghost workers, we now hear about fake agencies. Fake agency rather. So it's a serious one.
Yeah, so let me quickly come to Osun before we let you go this morning. So Osun election, of course, the camp of the governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, which they are called the Mole Campaign Council. They have demands release of Adeleke supporters alleging unlawful arrest. So there's been this allegation that over 84 members and supporters of the Mole Campaign Council have been arrested. We know in recent times there have been reports of violence from one party accusing the other, the opposition, and all of that. But at this point, it's as if they're targeting a particular, political group, as it is seen. And the spokesperson from that campaign council has, calls that this should be addressed in a demand made to the Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team. And now they're saying they were arrested in Osun and taken to Abuja. If there is anything, this is where, if they have committed any crime as alleged, this is where they should be tried in Osun State. And now they've been, transferred to Abuja, and this gives them concern because, of course, their supporters will mobilize, for them before the election and all of that. And they're saying this is just them, to weaken their camp. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm laughing. The police has the constitutional right when they make any arrest to move you to anywhere that they feel that you as a suspect you will be seen and also be able for them to manage it. So now we know that this is a political season and a lot of back and forth will be happening. I am not going to hold a brief for anyone on this. Coincidentally, I'm also from Ile-Ife, Osun State, even though I live in Ibadan. But let me also say this to you. I've said this on a couple of radio stations that I speak on, that the APC and also the Accord Party, the two parties should, as a matter of urgency, be gracious to manage how they come out in public to speak. These two political parties are eating up the polity. Unfortunately, we also have traditional rulers who are also aiding them by what they say in the public. this is not good for us as states. It is not good for us because I also believe that if care is not taken, it will become volatile. The truth of the matter is that when this electoral process started, we have had a lot of lost lives. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
On citizens, even children had been victim because somebody either wants to continue to be governor for a second term or that somebody wants to come in to become the governor. No life of anyone should be taken because somebody is interested in becoming a governor. So I'm not holding brief for any political party. I just have to say it. Yes, I have to say it the way it is. However, this call, however, goes directly to the governor himself. I think as a concerned citizen, a concerned indigene, a concerned person from Oshu State, I am saying this to the governor, that he needs to seriously calm down. Because the governor himself is the security chief in the state. Anything you say holds weight. And so because the governor is enjoying some immunity today, some people who are his supporters are misbehaving in the name of the governor. And let me also state this, for those who do not know, even though the SSG that was arrested yesterday was not elected politically, but in the hierarchy of government, in the hierarchy of administration, after the governor is the SSG. Forget the fact that forget the fact that there is a deputy governor. The SSG is more powerful in administration than the deputy governor. Okay? And don't also forget that a few days ago, we heard that a particular office of INEC was vandalized and PVCs were stolen. Those who stole those PVC, we do not know. The political party who came for it, we do not know. Okay? However, police had come to say that they were going to arrest the SSG, and they were able to arrest him with some other people, about 4 of them. At the same time, money were also taken away. So how do you explain? And at the same time, they were voters registered thing taken away also. My call also is to the IGP. The police authority should not take sides. Politicians are the same.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please. Just wrap it up in a minute because we don't have time on our side.
We don't have that time. Okay. In Ekiti State, we have a sitting governor who is from the APC. And there were allegations against that administration during the last election. So for me, I am of the opinion that all politicians are the same. It is all of them rig. It is even who rig more that seems to be on the on the other side of, and then probably victory will be declared. Now, the police authority needs to be neutral. They must not take sides with either APC, Accord Party, or any other party. And whoever is, if the SSG is found to be culpable
of any allegations against
of some of these allegations, let it be like that, and it should be tried like that. However, nobody, and I repeat again, nobody should be victimized politically or because they have a political alignment. Nobody. But anybody that is found to have flouted the law from any of these political parties should be picked.
All right. Okay, thank you for joining us, Abimbola, this morning. We appreciate your contribution on the show. Do have yourself a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
I think this is where we get to wrap it up on the show this morning. Thank you for making a day with us. It's Thursday. Go out there and thrive. I'm Oluwafunke, Israel.
I thank you for being part of our broadcast this morning. So, producer Mujib Olakunle and executive producer Kolade Adekola. I'm Timileyin Igbalajobi saying bye for now.